So I was I was getting annoyed with the bird talking and God not talking very clearly. It was no fun when God's not talking clearly and the birds are yapping. So I should do an offering. I don't know. How about we just ask a good question? How about I saw a thing on Everest. Do you like it when people travel and praise you for all the stuff on the earth, Mr. God? God says, Shift F7. And the hand of the Lord was on them, and a great number believed and turned unto the Lord. Then tidings of these things came to the ears of the church which was in Jerusalem, and they sent forth Barnabas that he should go as far as Antioch. Okay, this sounds like Barnum and Bailey to me, the circus. I don't know. Maybe he likes circuses because they have elephants. Who, when he came and had seen the grace of God, was glad and exhorted them all that with purpose of heart they would cleave unto the Lord. That means you hang out with God all day long. For he was a good man and full of the Holy Ghost and of faith, and much people was added unto the Lord. Then departed Barnabas to Taurus. This reminds me of Taurus. I don't know why. Bagels. And for to seek Saul. And when he had found him, he brought him unto Antioch. And it came to pass that a whole year they assembled themselves with the church and taught much people. And the disciples were called Christians first in Antioch. So Saul was the guy who at first killed Christians. Then he had a conversion experience, and then he spread Christianity. If you don't know the Bible, you might want to. I read the Bible in bits and pieces. I don't know a lot of. I don't know the whole story sometimes, but I've been doing it long enough. I know it pretty well. Now, I used to pick from other books, but with my operating system, that started to seem strange. I got a lot better responses when I picked from 10 books instead of just one book. He's limited in some ways by picking from just one book. So I could, if you want to know about the icons, how about I could write an application to pick from 10 books. Anyway, the way the icons work, this is a tricky icon. So up at the top is a menu for inserting widgets and stuff. Resources are graphics. If you're on a resource and if you're on a sprite and you press Control R, this is these are vector graphics that make the sprite. And for the one for this, there's a black rectangle with a couple white stars, and then there's a mesh. And I had to get, this is kind of ugly, but you know how part of it doesn't spin, the background doesn't spin. And what I do is I turn off the 3D rotation. I draw a black background, the color white. Then I draw the points for the stars, turn the transform back on, and then this is a shiftable mesh. What that means is there's two types of meshes. One you can shift the mesh with you can shift it. These icons do not have boundaries, so it makes for some pretty strange. Take a look at this. So this icon, I do believe I can click here or here. Yeah, that worked. And I can click here. Yeah. So they're vector graphics. I had to fix a bug recently to make this work. Anyway, so the icon, I have a resource editor. I can talk about Control R. That's the resource editor. Most of the widgets like links and stuff you do with Control L. The graphics you do with Control R. So then you say make sprite. You give it a tag, or you can enter no tag. If you give it angle bracket number, then it automatically updates if the number changes. I'm going to kill that bird. So width, this is pen width. Let's do a dither and poly point. How about some nice dirt? How about Charlie Brown? I was just thinking about Charlie Brown the other day. That is I hate Charlie Brown. Some things are downers. It's about psychology, and I don't like psychologists. I don't like thinking about losers. I think he had. So, I'm drawing at the command line. You can come over to this sidebar. I just made another circle identical size by cut and pasting. Then you come, there's three menus. There's the sprite edit menu. There's the edit menu. There's the main menu, and then there's the, oops, I just moved his head. Okay, there were two. Okay, there are three menus. This is the sprite edit menu, the edit menu, the sprite, the main menu, and then you can transform the whole thing into a bitmap. So color brown, flood fill, color. Is this Charlie Brown? I could use an artist. That's the main. I'm kind of lazy. I could probably do it myself. You know, sometimes you have to say, no, you're not good. Sometimes I think I'm a good artist. Oops, I have to put the two circles back before the yellow, like there. Now let's exit. So I drew Charlie Brown. Anyway, so you can cut and paste these from the command line. Well, I can stick it in this source code, and then I can draw it, or I can put it on the command line. Control R, pointer number 1. Now watch this. This is kind of an ugly H 20%. Oh, C percent C. This is how you print 20 carriage returns. Kind of a. Okay, so now I'm going to run it, and we sent the sprite to the command line. You can get bitmaps from Windows. If you make 16 color bitmaps from Windows, you can import them. You import them. If you use VMware, you can map the drive. You have to buy the professional workstation. Then once you have a bitmap from Windows, you can type it. Hey, did that say? Oh no. Oh, okay. So there's that bitmap. Type. That's supposed to be any kind of graphics file. Oh, never mind. Anyway, so the colors are a problem. Windows bitmaps are different. They screwed it all up. But long story short. Anyway, so you can import from Windows. What you want to do is you want to convert to bitmap or edit bitmap. It's going to convert all these commands into a single bitmap. Transparent. Use these extents. Yeah. Now this is one bitmap instead of all those operations. For flood fill, you have to do that. Otherwise, it interferes with what's underneath. So that's that.